Imagine a world where 6 major charities sever their ties with a renowned figure from the monarchy. Sound far-fetched? Well, it happened. In an era where trust and reputation mean everything, 6 major charities, including the Teenage Cancer Trust, made a bold move. They severed their ties with Sarah Ferguson, a prominent figure linked to the monarchy. This drastic step was taken following the leak of an email where Ferguson was seen apologising to the notorious Jeffrey Epstein, her so-called supreme friend. What's at stake here? It's not just about these charities wanting to maintain their clean reputation, it's about the very essence of what they stand for: trust, integrity, and service. And when a key patron like Ferguson is caught in the midst of a scandal, it's a blow not just to her personal image, but to the credibility of the institutions she represents. But let's delve deeper. This isn't just about one person's fall from grace. This incident shines a spotlight on the monarchy itself. For years, the monarchy has presented itself as a beacon of morality, a symbol of service. But now, the pillars that once seemed so steady are beginning to tremble. If charities, organisations built on trust and service, decide to cut ties, it sends out a strong message. It's a ripple effect, a domino that could set off a chain reaction. If these charities can sever ties with the monarchy, who's to say others won't follow suit? The implications are far-reaching. This isn't just a scandal, it's a potential crack in the global confidence in the monarchy. At a time when the royal family is already facing scrutiny and questions about their relevance, this incident adds fuel to the fire. This isn't just a simple case of cutting ties, it's a direct blow to the monarchy's very credibility. Today, it's 6 charities. Tomorrow it could be many more. The world is watching, and the future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. What does it mean for charities whose lifeblood is trust, integrity, and a clean reputation to sever ties with a member of the monarchy? Well, let's get into that. Charities, you see, are built on the bedrock of trust. They exist to serve the public good, and their effectiveness is directly tied to their reputation. A charity's image isn't just a superficial facade, it's a testament to their commitment to their cause, their transparency, and their integrity. Now imagine if that image is tarnished, not by the charity's own actions, but by the actions of a patron embroiled in scandal, their name splashed across headlines, their reputation in tatters. Suddenly, the charity is in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Their hard-earned trust is under threat, their integrity questioned, their reputation at risk of being sullied. This is precisely the predicament that the 6 charities found themselves in. Their patron, a member of the monarchy, was associated with a figure of controversy. The charities had a choice to make: maintain their ties and risk their reputation, or sever those ties and stand firm on their principles. They chose the latter. They chose to uphold their integrity. They chose to prioritise the trust that they had built with the public over their association with the monarchy. They chose their mission, their cause, their commitment to the public good over the allure of royal patronage. These 6 organisations sent a powerful message, one of unwavering dedication to their principles. They declared that no individual, no matter how high their standing, is above the values that they hold dear. They asserted that their allegiance lies with their cause, their donors, and the public they serve, not with a patron mired in controversy. Enough is enough, they said, but what does this mean for the monarchy? Well, that's a question that's still up for debate. But one thing is clear: the actions of these charities have sparked a conversation about the importance of integrity, not just for charities, but for all institutions of public trust. The question now is, if charities are cutting ties, what's stopping the rest of the world from doing the same? A profound question indeed, and one that rings with the ominous toll of a domino effect. A domino effect is a chain reaction that occurs when a small change causes a similar change nearby, which then causes another similar change, and so on in linear sequence. It's a fascinating phenomenon, and it's happening right now with the monarchy. When one charity severed ties, it might have seemed like an isolated incident, but then another followed suit, and another, and another. Suddenly we were witnessing a cascade, a domino effect in full swing. 6 charities all stepping away from the monarchy, all in a relatively short span of time. This isn't just a matter of 6 charities, though. It's about the message it sends. It's about the ripple effect that this could have on other institutions, other nations, and indeed the entire world. If charities, whose very existence is predicated on trust and integrity, are distancing themselves from the monarchy, it's not unreasonable to think that others might follow suit. And this is where the real danger lies. A domino effect doesn't stop until all the dominoes have fallen. What starts as a single scandal could potentially lead to a global loss of confidence in the monarchy. One charity after another, one institution after another, perhaps even one nation after another. And so, we find ourselves at a precipice. The dominoes have started to fall, and the world is watching with bated breath. Will the monarchy regain its footing, or will this be the tipping point that leads to a full-blown collapse of global confidence? It's a daunting prospect, but it's one that we can't ignore. For every action, there is a reaction. And in this case, the reaction could be far-reaching and irreversible. One charity after another, one institution after another, perhaps even one nation after another. What started as a single scandal could spiral into a full-blown collapse of global confidence. This isn't just reputational damage, it's an existential threat to the monarchy. The royal family is no stranger to controversy or scandal, but what they're facing now is a storm of unprecedented proportions. It's not just about the integrity of one individual, but the integrity of an institution that has stood for centuries. The monarchy is already grappling with internal divisions, rifts that have been blown wide open and played out in the public eye. The family that was once seen as a symbol of unity is now a picture of discord. These divisions don't just weaken the monarchy from within, they also tarnish its image, its brand, if you will, in the eyes of the world. Then there's the question of relevance. In an era that champions democracy and equality, the very concept of monarchy seems out of step. It's a relic of a bygone era, a vestige of a time when power was inherited, not earned. The public is starting to question, more loudly and more persistently, whether there's a place for the monarchy in the modern world. And now, this scandal. The charities, severing ties with Sarah Ferguson, aren't just distancing themselves from a single individual. They're distancing themselves from the monarchy as a whole. This isn't just a black mark against Ferguson, it's a black mark against the entire institution. Each of these challenges would be serious on its own, but together they form a near-perfect storm. The monarchy isn't just facing criticism or controversy, it's facing an existential threat. It's standing on shaky ground, and the tremors are only getting stronger. The monarchy is at a crossroads. Will it survive this existential threat? The answer to that question is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The road ahead is fraught with challenges. The monarchy must not only weather this storm, but also prove its relevance in a world that's increasingly questioning its place. Only then can it hope to emerge from this existential threat stronger and more resilient than before. The monarchy may still cling to tradition, but the world seems ready to move on. The royal family has always been a beacon of tradition, a symbol of continuity in an ever-changing world. But tradition can only carry you so far when the ground beneath you starts to shift. Picture this. More organisations following in the footsteps of the 6 charities decide to distance themselves from the monarchy. They value their reputation, their integrity and their mission more than they value the prestige of a royal association. Even businesses, wary of the scandal, might reconsider their partnerships. But it doesn't stop there. Nations around the globe start to question their ties with the monarchy. The Commonwealth, a group of 54 countries, many of which have deep historical connections with Britain, could potentially reassess their relationship. For a monarchy that has always prided itself on its global reach, this would be a significant blow. Imagine then the ripple effect. It's not just about losing face or losing ties, it's about how the world perceives the monarchy. The royal family's influence extends far beyond their own borders. Their actions, their decisions, their scandals, they all matter in shaping the global opinion. But what if the world decides that it no longer needs the monarchy, that it no longer respects the monarchy, that it's ready to move on from the monarchy? It's a thought-provoking question, and one that could have profound implications for the future of the royal family. And at the heart of it all is trust. Trust is the foundation on which relationships are built, be it between individuals, organisations, or nations. Once that trust is broken, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. The monarchy is no exception to this. Today, it's 6 charities, Tomorrow, it could be entire nations. The world is watching, and it seems ready to move on. The monarchy may still stand tall, but the world is not what it used to be. There's a new generation, a new mindset, a new era. And in this new world, the monarchy needs to find its place or risk being left behind.